Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sunless Skies. We're in London, right where we left off in the last episode. Last episode we joined the Ministry of something? The Horological people? There you go, the Royal Horological Office. We've got our pocket watch. I love a pocket watch. I think I was just going through these things. Like, what did they sell in the bazaar? Gemstones for the mausoleum. Renewed Majesty has ordered the construction of a memorial chapel for the labourers who during the promised days gave their lives to lay the foundations of Albion. The jewels are required for its grand mural to depict the blood, the sweat and the tears. Summit of Sunlight. I don't know where to get any of these from, so I suppose exploration is in order before anything else. Do they have any new mods? Not really called mods, are they? Bits at the bottom of my boat. What is assaying? A sophisticated machine for the sophisticated captain. Never be confounded by the wonders of the high wilderness again. Okay. Oh wow, these are just straight up upgrades. Oh, I could totally buy some fitted cupboards. It'd be very expensive though, but it would give me a huge hold. Plus 8. Plus 3. God. Let's buy one and see how it goes. Ooh. Okay, so that's a really big hold. Yeah, it's by 2. Screw it. I'm gonna live once. Ah, they all look the same. Bit covered that one. Oh wait, did I put a fake wardrobe back on? Oh, moron. There we go, that's better. Let's sell... not the fitted cupboards. This is going to get confusing because they all have the same icon. I'm the kind of person who doesn't read, I just look at the pictures. Which is terrible because I'm playing this game and you have to read everything. Okay. That's where I am now, isn't it? No. St. Dominic's Augmentations, Crown and Misery, Steam Yards. Oh, the Atlantic-class Outrider. That looks like it's very swish. Very swish indeed. But no, we'll stick to the basics. Let's sell those unseasoned hours, because I don't need them. Then, buy some fuel. Three of that. It's about to run out. And then, we're just going to go on an exploration, I suppose, to see what we can find. Which way do we go? North, south, east, west? I have no real goal in mind. Let's just go to the west. West. Let's go west. Straightforward from where we are right now. Let's see what we can find. Ooh, this room is really hot right now. Apparently this is just one of those days in England where it's like 25 degrees and houses are not meant for this. Like, I've got the headphones on. It's unpleasant. Not quite as unpleasant as being stuck in a tin can floating through space, though, I imagine, but you know, it's the little things. Okay. And the question is, when do I bat? I did check to see if I could get an upgraded bat. I have a feeling the answer to that question is no. But you never know. Ooh, hello. Oh, it's going to be nice actually finding things for a change. As opposed to just being in the wilderness, driving around going, I can't find anything. is this? It looks like a lighthouse. I don't know why it looks like a lighthouse. My brain just went, looks like a lighthouse. It's quite nice to have different music. And this music seems to be playing a lot bit longer. And go over that. This industrial... It's like wreckage. I assume it's tied to whatever this location is. I guess we're going to see what we can find. I still need to find 2 crew. I wonder if I can find those here or if they have to be in the wilderness rather than Albion. I don't know the answer to any of these questions. I'm not using cruise control. There we go. Listen, the roar of the world's factories, a leviathan of industry. Good God. How do you land on it? Can't drive. What is here? Oh, it's the Barbizon work world that everyone keeps talking about. The officials of Barbizon never bothered to formally name this waypoint. Captains dock here to pick up goods or deliver workers. It is not a place to linger because of the proximity to the accelerated time of the work world. The bit in between, the first work world to be established in Albion. Oh dear. Barbizon work world, the first work world to be established in Albion. Working here, debtors can escape prison. They remain till their debts are repaid, and a ticket away has been funded. The primary industry is that of hours processing, which has been the side effect of accelerating time on the work world surface. The dock is between the work world and Little Nice, where more privileged overseers reside. The dock is, for captain's sake, nearer Little Nice than the work world. Unexpected aging would deter even the greediest captain from arriving. Travel to Little Nice. Picturesque village at the far end of the bit between. Is that because I'm a... Wait, do I have a mission to come here? I just... Oh. Well, that was convenient. I get to use my little pocket watch to find out what time it is. Well, I suppose we can do that first. The overseers look awkward as you approach the clock. By your estimation, they've been slowing them down to extend workers' shifts. Fixing that would give the workers a much-needed break. Your horological office pocket watch affords you access to the port's primary clock, from which others in the area get their time. You unpack your tools and begin. Assorted screwdrivers, brushes, pliers, tweezers, and a small bottle of oil. A jeweller's lope? I don't know what that is. Only a 20... blah, blah, bloody hell. I buggered it up. The clock must have been designed by a madman. Though the gears seem to know what they're doing, you can make no sense out of it whatsoever. Passers-by outside wonder where the 13th bong came from. Fortunately, you are not the only horological list here. A skilled apprentice present on unrelated reasons soon intervenes, promising to fix things on your behalf if you'll just put away your tools and go anywhere else for a few hours in exchange for your fee, obviously. I think I might have buggered that up somehow. Well, let's travel to Little Nice. That place sounds lovely. Thick double doors separate the bit between from Little Nice. Or Nice? Is it Nice or Nice? Because that really is nice, but it could be Nice. The fresh air of this pretty village is in sharp contrast to that near the dock. Little Nice, I'm going to say Nice because it sounds better than nice, is entirely charming. It's populated with carefully unique houses painted in a curated array of colours. Overseers and striped blazers tend to the topiary and maintain the paintwork. Behind a water feature bustling with cherubs is a cottage with an out-of-place little tower. This is the home of the governor of Barbizon. Recline on the bench. Quite a portable. That seems like a perfect thing to do. Let's do that. The work world is one of several, but it is preeminent among them. As a major industrial centre, it is of interest to many. The overseers have here work hard to ensure little niche remains perfect. From the freshly painted fence cornices to the newly mown grass of the lawn, it's hard to get a sense of what's going on in Barbizon from the current curated surroundings. The overseers themselves are no use. They must have been briefed. Each gives you a clearly sanitized information. You only have to speak to 4 before you hear a repetition. You will have to go down to the work world itself to learn anything true about Barbizon. I suppose we can try and talk to the governor. I've been thinking of varying the stops on the tour of Barbizon, but I don't want to increase the strain on the workers. They always like to put on an extra effort when we have guests, and if I change their routine... He shakes his head. No, we'll stick with what we have. It's very representative, after all. Have you been on it? No, I haven't. But thank you for the tea. Okay. Let's return back. I suppose you can try and talk to the overseer. An overseer checks his watch before pushing beside you. I'm very sorry, but I can't stop unless you're from... No, you aren't in uniform. Sorry, I can't dawdle. I'm only 20, and look at me. He does not look 20. I can't afford to risk a demotion. Do I not have a ministry stamp permit? Okay, so what can we buy here? Oh, sorry, not the mic. Locomotive captains gather at the bazaar to trade goods and information. You have fine bargains here. A fruitive sale of less than legal armaments. Oh, I love this guy. A doleful fence lifts the corner of a tarpaulin to show you the wares underneath. Davy's dust, he intones, like a vicar at a funeral. Chivs, irons, bakers, bulldogs with 6 teeth. He translates his criminal argot into plain English. Gunpowder, knives, guns, guns, and guns. I'll buy it all, thank you. A seizure of owls. The governor has discovered a secret stash of owls that had been squirreled away by a gang of refinery workers. He has seen fit to sell them on the open market in order to raise funds for programs to improve the moral character of the inmates. I have room for this, right? No. Yes. Yes, I do. Of course I do. I've got 30. Good God. Okay, little niceties. It's meant to be nice, isn't it? Just because you read that niceties, it doesn't work quite well. Oh, okay, so they sell crockery here. Okay, so they sell crockery. That could be useful. Whoa! Might have just put a small hole inside of that building. Okay, well let's keep going. Let's see what we can find. We've got loads of fuel and stuff still, so. Wow, that place does look nice. Look at the size of that manor house compared to everything else. Good God. These people know how to live. Victorian England for you, where that one rich guy just had the biggest house. And everybody else didn't. Disparity of wealth was quite high. Had its benefits if you were rich. Didn't have its benefits if you weren't. This kind of means that one man had all of the wealth of the entire area and everybody else just kind of lived in slums. Damn bat, finding nothing of interest. This area is the same size as the wilderness, but it feels bigger, and smaller, sorry, I don't know why. It could just be that the stuff, like there's a lot less empty space. There's a lot more background images and things, which kind of make it feel a lot less empty. I'm going to do another bat. Damn it. Damn bat. Traitorous bat. There's got to be something around here somewhere, right? No, my luck, I'm flying in just the point. Like always, where there is nothing. Damn it! Keep going. We're just going to keep going. Nice shade of pink instead of green, at least. Oh, not you bastards. You friend or foe? You have learned from your experiences. Oh, I leveled up. Let's have a look, shall we? Level 6? I keep coming up against mirrors tests. So let's do a mirrors test. Veils is usually just be a dick. But it's also evading things, so it could also be useful. Let's do this one. An August Avenue. You spent your youth in stuffy sitting rooms and chandeliered parlours. Hush. And you can still hear the delicate sound of silver spoons on china cups. You were not ungrateful, but your life was hedged by bounds of civility and expectation. You had to disobey sometimes to discover who you were. When you had to rebel, how did you do it? Secretly and occasionally, openly and frequently. Yeah, definitely this one. You wouldn't bring shame to your household. You kept your disobedience modest and discreet. No one was any the wiser. Definitely that one. Why would you ever do things that you shouldn't be doing in an open way? I mean, what kind of retard does something wrong and then goes, "It was me, I did it, look out, respect me"? No. Hide. Keep it secret. You avoid getting in tons of trouble. If no one knows it was you, you can do it again, it's fine. They don't look at the guy like, who did that? No, it was you again, wasn't it? Uh-oh. Ah, come on, bat. Don't let me down like this. Keep an eye on my fuel and supplies, don't want to accidentally run out because I'm not paying attention. That would suck. Should have bought more supplies so I could kind of like just bat the hell out of the place. Didn't find anything. I know, I watched the trailer for this when it first came out, and I know there's a floating Big Ben somewhere and I want to find it. It's a strange... I say Big Ben. It's Westminster Tower, isn't it? And then Big Ben's the bell. Technicalities. I'm sure the London Tourist Board doesn't mind everyone calls it Big Ben. Bat finds nothing. Oh, it's just random my lighthouse. That isn't a lighthouse. It's probably something else. Is he gonna proc or something? No. What is this? Like a line. I regret my decision. Nunark's Feast. I wish these things had... Please don't discuss the Sky Marauder, isn't it? Damn it. I wish these things had lore and stuff, but... Good. Gravy. Oh, no. Nope. Oi. Ow. That was the worst evasive maneuvering I've ever done. I get the distinct feeling this is a terrible idea. Damn it. We need to invest in better guns. Eek. Eek. This is stressful. Can their guns hurt each other? Because it doesn't look like it. And if that's the case, it makes me very upset. Oh dear. That was not the time. We're going to seek unusual items. Oh, that's useful. I don't know why I thought looting that guy was the right choice there when I was being shot at, but fighting one of these guys is a lot less stressful than fighting two. It always goes the other way. Every single time. Oh, she's gonna blow up. Ow. The hell was that? Oops. I need to go repair my ship. Oh. Aha, it's fine, we're on half health. Perfectly fine. Damn it. That was the worst combat I've done for ages. I'm out of practice. Hello, let's found something. Oh, okay. Over there. Oh. I wonder if they've got a place where I can repair my ship. I apologise if you can hear power tools in the background. It's, somebody outside seems to be working on his car. I don't think the microphone will pick it up, but you never know. And if it does, I'll try and edit it out. Because angle grinders in the back of Sunless Skies is probably not the best soundtrack. My voice is bad enough. I went the wrong way around the crystal things. I'm getting Dark Souls flashbacks. Seath. It's Seath. Ah, there's a game I'd love to play. Nobody would watch that. Nobody would watch people play Dark Souls. It's too old. Even if there is a remake coming out. Wow, what is this? This is cool. Oh, wow. The artistry in this game is amazing. The sun blazes gold in your windows. Oh dear, that's terror. That's huge terror, isn't it? What is that? Investigate. Damn it, too far away. Investigate. Ah, I don't have assaying, so that's what that is. Okay, well that's annoying. There's a dock here. Okay, what the hell is this thing? The Clockwork Sun. Can we get a look at it, or? Oh, this thing's terrifying. I feel like it's gonna just like suddenly go blonk, take me out. Cool. Oh, I need to know more about this thing. Let's dock and see what we can find out. Sunspur. Oh, what a lovely name for a place like this. The dock is rarely used, and its maintenance has lapsed. There's evidence of rust and metal strain, but only on non-crucial components. It's safe to stop for now. Once inside the dock, Sun's scouring light is diminished. An outpost on the roaring edge of the sun, shielded from malevolent light by an eggshell of stained glass. As you emerge from your train, suit-swaddled engineers gather plainly astonished by your arrival. They bombard you with complex questions about how you dealt with the dense sunlight and skewed chronosolar fields. Once satisfied, they hand out protective suits to you and your crew. Yours is patched and torn, one boot missing. Yes, this sounds like this is going to be brilliant. You successfully reached the Clockwork Sun. Makes me feel like I could have failed that there. Shrug into your suit. An engineer sprays you with a substance that smells like lemons. Gone wrong. And searches your pockets. A cursory effect at best. They seem distracted. Sunlight seeps like syrup through cracks in the stained glass ceiling. The floor shudders in time with the churning machinery far beneath your feet. The air has a tang of chemical, bonfires and rain. Pistons pump, cogs turn, and suit-swaddled figures tend to the injury, bellowing over the shrieking metal. Well, port report seems like the best thing to do. The Clockwork Sun is the preeminent symbol of the Empire's heavenly dominion. The newspapers in London call it the enduring, everlasting, eternal. In response to your questions, the engineer shrugs. The days dawn, the sun brightens, the night comes, the sun dims. What more is there to say? Some of them seem so exhausted they can barely stand. They insist it's proximity to the sun that affects their sleep. I can understand that. Imagine having a giant sun outside your window when you're trying to get to sleep. Okay, sunlight, blah blah. Head toward a sundial-shaped building. It'll be the sequencer's new favourite project, one of the engineers tells you. It'll keep him out of our hair for a while. Okay, why not? Let's help these guys out. Azimuth is an enormous sundial without shadow. Its roof topped by a golden shark fin gnomon? Stop throwing words I don't know. There are still racks of yellowed pamphlets on the walls. It once served as a kiosk selling tickets to sunspotters, the pilgrims and tourists that were expected to flock here. These days it's more like a temple. 3 zones and the curved walls depict the triumph of the new sun over the old. A figure in a yellow-coloured protective suit is delivering a sing-song sermon to mostly empty pews. The dazzled sequencer looks up delighted at your approach and hurriedly wraps up his speech. He offers you tea and a flash of 2 white teeth. With a flash of 2 white teeth. Ask the dazzled sequencer about his role on the sun. I was just wondering what this was, because it had a terror symbol. The only other people up here are disturbed prisoners and exhausted engineers. I'm a priest of the new sequence, declares the sequencer. The brightest truth, the wildfire that has swept Albion. He points to the expanse of the sun. There burns a beacon, a saviour, an aspect of God. We venerate the Clockwork Sun as its immortal architect of our Empress. I'm here to greet pilgrims and safeguard the souls of our engineers. Azimuth is also the only access route to the sun-shattered dome, an exhibition hall that was built back when we received more visitors. The dome is terribly dangerous, and I advise you avoid it no matter how much you hear about the priceless artifacts inside. Did somebody say priceless artifacts? Can I go in the dome? The sequencer obviously takes his role as gatekeeper seriously. He fusses around you, checking you and your crew's gear, tugging on straps, checking for rips, wiping your stained glass goggles with a silk handkerchief. All the while, he spouts an endless stream of warnings. Don't enter the Salimar, never travel in a group of 3 or fewer, and resist the urge to sing, no matter how fiercely your throat burns. After for sequence's sake, watch your condition of your suit. With that, he pats you on the back, hands you a brochure, and sends you through the heavy iron door to the dome. State of your suit quality is now 4. Oh god. The sun-shattered dome. Exhibition halls built to accommodate sunspotter tourists and sequin pilgrims, and abandoned after the dangers of the sun became impossible to hide. Priceless paintings hang in bleached rags. Magnificent relics have been left to accumulate glittering glass dust. Is anything still intact? The stained glass sky has collapsed, and unfiltered sunlight gnaws savagely at your hazard suit. It is currently undamaged. though a little shabby. You come upon what looks like a glittering gold carousel, but instead of horses it features glass bottles as tall as you. They are each filled with a near impenetrable liquid, and within dark shapes writhe sluggishly. Eh. 26% is a bit of a risk, isn't it? I mean, dark shapes writhe. It kind of. Let's look somewhere else. You find your path blocked by a tangle of bleached white foliage. The chamois garden exposed from this greenhouse long ago, feeding furiously on sun's light until it swelled into a jungle. Oh yeah, 57. Let's go. The light has depraved these plants. The dazzled sequencer warned you away from here. Yeet, narrow success. Acid roses, predatory daffodils, snapping tulips with lamprey mouths, specimens imported decades ago from old London, the kind of common flowers that might be found at a street florist's, but bone-white and deadly. Your crew hacks through them all, leaving a swathe of slaughtered jungle in your wake. After much sweat and panic, you come upon one of the chamois' treasures, hidden in a tangle of pale weeds, an oyster shell encrusted with diamonds. As you approach it, a thorn vine lashes out from the undergrowth and entwines your arm. Nope. Do it myself. I'm not gonna make my crew fight my battles for me. The vine squeezes until the suit rigging creaks. Thorns puncture and the suit deflates with a hiss. But eventually you triumph, hacking again and again and again until the vine snaps. You retreat with your prize, your suit is in ruins. We're leaving. Let's find out what the sequence's request is, and then I'm going to have to end the episode. There are many poor souls out there in need of our help. Beleaguered, ignorant masses. I've never met them, but I'm assured they exist. He pauses to wipe his eyes. When we lift them from their contemptible state, perhaps they would come to appreciate the greatness of the sequence. He sends an orderly to fetch a wooden crate. Once it's set down before him, he raps the lid proudly. 600 manuals on how to correctly tie a bow top. 600? Deliver these to Barbizon World, and I'm sure they'll be immensely benefited by their improved understanding of etiquette. Oh, this is wonderful. A well-intentioned. Bye, Azimuth. Right. I'm going to end the episode here. This is amazing. Found the Clockwork Sun. A very impressive thing. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Anything is helpful. And I'll see you next time.